Modern warfare is a game of dominance, innovation, and strategic power. For the United States, the power to project strength across the oceans is more than just a show. It's a necessity. In the face of ever-evolving threats, there's one mighty solution that stands as a beacon of naval supremacy: the Ford-class aircraft carriers. Join us on this journey as we explore how these maritime behemoths are rewriting the rules of naval warfare. Aircraft carriers have long been the backbone of the U.S. Navy's global power projection. But as threats grew more complex, the Nimitz-class carriers, launched in the 1970s, started to show their limitations. The world was changing, and so was warfare. New Age threats like cyber warfare, missile attacks, and the need for rapid deployment called for a new class of carriers with cutting-edge technology, adaptability, and unmatched firepower. Enter the Gerald R. Ford class, the U.S. Navy's answer to these modern-day challenges. So, what sets the Ford class apart? First, let's talk technology. Ford-class carriers are like floating cities powered by a dual nuclear reactor system. These reactors can produce an unprecedented amount of power, around 250% more than the Nimitz class, enabling these carriers to support the advanced technology on board and accommodate future upgrades. This extra power allows the Ford class to operate with advanced electromagnetic systems, higher speeds, and enhanced operational capabilities. One of the crown jewels of the Ford class is the Electromagnetic Aircraft Launch System, or EMALS. Traditional steam catapults, used in older carriers, are bulky and require a tremendous amount of manpower and maintenance. EMALS, on the other hand, uses electromagnetic force to launch aircraft. This not only saves energy but also reduces stress on the aircraft, allowing for a wider range of aircraft sizes and even the potential launch of unmanned drones. The EMALS can launch planes at a faster rate, meaning the Ford class can respond more rapidly to threats. In simpler terms, EMALS means quicker, quieter, and more powerful launches. Imagine a slingshot, but instead of a rubber band, we're talking about electromagnetic force accelerating jets from 0 to over 150 miles per hour within seconds. Launching aircraft is one thing. Landing them is another. The Ford class uses an advanced arresting gear, or AAG, which replaces traditional hydraulic systems with electromagnetic technology. This high-tech system provides smoother, safer landings, and is able to catch jets at full speed while minimizing wear on both the aircraft and the equipment. In high-stakes operations, precision matters, and the AAG offers just that. Operating a ship of this scale requires a massive crew, but the Ford class was designed to prioritize efficiency and crew comfort. The automation and digitalization on board allow these carriers to operate with fewer crew members, reducing the burden on sailors. From automated systems in the kitchen to improved sleeping quarters, these carriers offer a more comfortable environment than their predecessors. A well-rested and well-supported crew means higher morale, better performance, and ultimately a more efficient force. The Ford class is also designed with stealth in mind. Its radar signature is significantly smaller than older carriers, making it harder for adversaries to detect. It's equipped with enhanced defensive systems, including the CRAM missile defense system, which is capable of intercepting incoming threats like cruise missiles and drones. Combine this with the carrier's ability to launch advanced fighter jets like the F-35C, and you have a formidable force that's nearly unstoppable. As the future of warfare evolves, so too does the Ford class's ability to adapt. The Ford class carriers are built to accommodate unmanned systems, giving the Navy a force multiplier without additional risk to human lives. The ability to deploy and operate drones allows the Ford class to conduct surveillance, reconnaissance, and even strike missions without relying solely on manned aircraft. This flexibility is invaluable in modern conflict scenarios. While the Ford class is a marvel of engineering, it hasn't come without its share of controversy. With a price tag of over $13 billion per ship, some have questioned whether the cost is justified. Delays and technical challenges during the development process have added fuel to the debate. However, proponents argue that the investment is essential to maintain the U.S. Navy's edge, especially as other nations, like China and Russia, expand their own naval capabilities. Despite the high cost, the Ford class represents a leap in technology that, according to Navy experts, will ultimately reduce operational costs over the ship's lifespan and maintain the Navy's global dominance for decades to come. Ford-class carriers are not just powerful, they're versatile. They can be deployed anywhere in the world, ready to respond to crises, deter potential threats, and support humanitarian missions. Whether it's in the Pacific, where tensions with China over the South China Sea are high, or in the Middle East, Ford-class carriers serve as a powerful reminder of America's commitment to global stability and freedom of navigation. These carriers offer the U.S. Navy an unmatched advantage, acting as floating fortresses capable of reaching any corner of the globe within days. When a Ford-class carrier is on the scene, it brings a message: peace through strength. So, what does the future hold for Ford-class carriers? With their cutting-edge technology, these carriers are not only able to meet today's challenges but also evolve with tomorrow's threats. With each new technological advancement, from laser weapons to AI-driven systems, Ford-class carriers have the power and flexibility to adapt and remain relevant. In a world where strategic power plays are constantly shifting, the Ford class stands as a pillar of innovation, adaptability, and resilience. As nations race to secure their own interests, the Ford class ensures that the U.S. Navy stays ahead, securing a future where America's maritime dominance remains unquestioned. As we look toward a future shaped by technological advancement and shifting global powers, one thing is certain: the Ford-class aircraft carriers symbolize more than just military might. They represent the power to adapt, to protect, and to project stability on a global scale. In the end, these carriers aren't just ships. They're America's frontline defense, standing ready to face whatever the future holds. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you're as fascinated by the world of naval power as we are, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more in-depth stories. This is the story of the Ford-class aircraft carriers, America's floating giants that ensure peace through unmatched strength.